Pete Schneider Gymnasium on the campus of Northampton High School and the middle school. RCN4 Sports presents live coverage of Lehigh Valley Conference basketball. Tonight's matchup features the Patriots of Freedom High School under Joe Stellato. 11-8 on the year, 6-8 in the Lehigh Valley Conference. They'll take on the Northampton Concrete Kids, 15-6 on the year, 11-4 in the Lehigh Valley Conference. Ed Olson is their head coach, and the following game is proudly sponsored by Mark Mulchaney of Century 21 Pinnacle in Allentown, the top dog of real estate in the Lehigh Valley. Hello everyone, Gary Laubach and Dick Tracy. A bit of a late start here tonight as 7 wonderful athletes were inducted into the Northampton High School Hall of Fame prior to tonight's ball game, and that is responsible for the late start. But Dick, what an all-important ball game this is. Northampton right now is in a battle for the White Division Championship, for the wild card berth as they're tied with Liberty, 1 game behind Central. And Freedom in a battle to get themselves into the district playoffs as they really want to get to that spot. That will certainly prove that their season has been a success.
Yeah, you know, you had a very experienced team coming back, Gary, with Freedom from last year, and they're playing well, but they simply have no bench. There's just not much depth there for Coach Stellato to go to.
All right, let's take a look at the Freedom Patriots starting lineup. And Dick, no real surprises here tonight as Andrew Stein, Nick Discola, Rich Villani, Colin Neely, and Malcolm Woolridge will be starting this evening. Certainly everything sort of centers around Discola, averaging 16.2 points per ball game, as he also leads the team in assists, leads the team in steals, and gets 5.2 rebounds a game. But Dick, they need the cast. They need Richie Villani to hit the 3. They need the physical presence inside, because that's one thing everybody's talking about Northampton, how physical they are inside.
Yeah, Northampton certainly can counter with size, Gary. And we're going to see a little bit more than that tonight when we watch Tony Martin start. He would probably be there to neutralize Neely. But Freedom, I think their whole key, Gary, has to do with Villani's shooting. He is just not shooting the way he has as a sophomore or a junior. In fact, he is under 20% from the field right now, but he can score, and he's a great perimeter shooter.
And they got off to such a great start. They won 6 of their first 7, but they've only won 5 out of the last 12. So they're a ball club just looking for one more win to get into district. As we take a look at the Northampton starting lineup, the only change here will be Tony Martin. This is the last home game for Northampton. They want to get senior Tony Martin into that starting lineup, so he'll replace Matt Beakey. Beakey, of course, will get in there in a short period of time. And Dick, as we talk about Discolo and Villani, that's how we talk about Serfass and Boyle.
Yeah, I already said that. You know, if I had to pick a backcourt of hustlers, it would be Discola, who is one of them. Just gives them great balance. Serfass going, Gary, the way he penetrates, it's unbelievable.
All right, so it should be a big ball game. It's important to both these clubs. The last time they played, Northampton won by 3, 58-55. Come on back for tonight's starting lineups right after this timeout.
Winning takes more than the athlete, more than the coaches, more than the pain and sweat from grueling training.
It takes more to orchestrate the win.
It takes a dedicated team. Bethlehem Sporting Goods and Russell Athletic are that dedicated team. Suit up with Bethlehem Sporting Goods and Russell Athletic. Bethlehem Sporting Goods, your Russell Athletic team headquarters.
He doesn't report to a management committee. He doesn't report to a marketing department. He reports to Mary Johnson's arthritis, to Sally Wickstrom's upset stomach, and to Greg Porter's poison oak. He's your family prescription center pharmacist. He lives and works right here in town, so that means he reports to you. Call Family Prescription Center today at 866-0709.
Taking the time to care. Family Prescription Center.
The last time that Freedom qualified for districts was in 2002. They qualified in 1993 and 1988. So looking to try to do it again, and all they need is one win in order to do just that. First out will be Nick Discolo, number 2, a 5'9" senior, 16.2 points per ball game. He has 17 threes on the year. Number 32 is Colin Neely, a 6-foot senior, 4.5 points per ball game. The center is Andrew Stein, a good sophomore, 6'6", 8.6 a game. He wears number 1. Number 4 is Rich Villani, 5'10" senior, averaging 5.6 points per ball game. And number 32 is Colin Neely, 6-foot senior, 4.5 points per ball game, headed to Michigan State to play some football. The head coach is Joe Stellato. He's in his 6th season, 55 and 85 in his career. For Northampton, Tony Martin, a 6'1" senior, number 42, 9/10 of a point per ball game. Zach Fischel is number 35, a 6'3" senior, strong man inside, 11.7 points per game. 30 is Lee Keenan, coming off a 19-point game against Easton, 6'5" senior, 12.5 per ball game. Number 15 is Stephen Boyle, 5'9" senior, 8.9 points a game. And the second leading scorer in Northampton High School history with 1,232 points. Number 14, Zach Serfass, a 5'8" senior, 18.5 a game. Terrific job being done this year by Ed Olson. He is in his 2nd season as the head coach. And Northampton and Liberty tied at 11-4 on the season in the Lehigh Valley Conference, currently in 2nd place. The officials for tonight's contest: George Krell on the left and Joe Lagenza is on the right.
Joe Lagenza is a designated driver, Gary. We learned that.
And Dick has hinted that they may need one. I'm not sure what that's all about. Freedom does have a bunch of ball games left. They play Parkland tomorrow, Becca on Tuesday, Liberty next Friday, and Stroudsburg, Dick, the following Wednesday. So they just need to get one victory in order to qualify.
Yeah, they certainly have the opportunity. Most teams down to 3 or even 2 after tonight.
It will be man-to-man by both ball clubs. Stolen away by Boyle. Boyle up, it will not go. Taps it back to Martin, and Martin can't get it down. Fischel with the tap, no. And the ball is loose and finally collected by Woolridge. So 3 opportunities by Northampton, and they come up empty. That's Rich Villani. Villani last year was an outstanding 3-point shooter. He has struggled with that shot this year, hitting only 13 of them. Stolen away. Discola loses it. Boyle on the move again. Dick, is this deja vu all over again?
Guess what? Discola just stole from Boyle.
Up, and no, that won't fall over the front of the rim. So we are 0 for 4 in the shooting department so far, and a couple of turnovers, actually 3. 2 by Freedom and 1 by Northampton. That one over Fischel, who got up there to really distract the shooter, and that was Woolridge. So Northampton, Dick, for the first time, gets a chance to set up their offense.
Opportunity. Both teams man-to-man, Gary. Coach Stellato, he's about 99% man-to-man. Eddie Olson, he's about 90%.
And the only time Freedom gets out of their man-to-man, because Dick mentioned their lack of depth, is to give their guys a little bit of a rest, because Discolo never leaves the floor. And they just don't play a lot of people. They go about 7 deep. Turn around 360 off the glass, up and in. Northampton's on the board. Lee Keenan with the bucket.
Lee Keenan has been playing so much better, Gary. He had problems with his stomach, come up sick a couple nights. Just double figures all over the place in his most recent occurrences.
Way outside Stein. He's got a nice soft left-handed shot. That one back of iron, no. And there's a good block inside by Lee Keenan.
Yeah, now don't be amazed that he's shooting out there, because Stein can really put him up from outside. Gary's very flat, very soft hand. There's the drive. There's the rejection.
Matt Beakey does come into the ball game. Tony Martin got his start, 6'5" junior. Beakey averaging 4.5 a game. Out of the corner, that's going to be way short and off the mark. Taken by Discolo. And a quick pull-up jump shot will not go. The follow, no, as the follow attempted by Beakey. The outside shot was by Serfass.
Both teams set up deliberately, Gary. Don't let that fool anyone either, because they will go. Love to run.
Down inside, another block inside. This time it came from Zach Fischel.
That block, a resultant third turnover.
Driving down, unable to get it is Serfass, and the rebound by Stein. We are 1 for 13 shooting the basketball here to start. The inductees tonight in the Hall of Fame, what a class. Dennis Onkons, Brian Schneider, Louis Wolf, Joe Garanser, Walt Zarinsky, Mary Lisetsky, and Robert Novogratz. Great contingent. And a nice program put on by Mike Schneider. Discolo can't get it over the front of the rim. I think maybe they moved the rims up a couple inches.
Well, that got one in again. Just look inside. Beakey scores real tight.
Stellato will call a timeout. He doesn't like the shutout that's being pitched here tonight. Stay with us.
Mark Mulchaney means more. More service. One-stop shopping to make your buying and selling experience stress-free. More advertising. Your home will be advertised 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. More buyers. From the Century 21 Relocation Network. Mark Mulchaney means more money in your pocket. Mark Mulchaney of Century 21 Pinnacle, 610-791-2121.
Take a look at the 3 offensive players against two defensive players. Watch what happens. You can't play 3 against 2 if you're playing defense.
Adam Wubo checked into the Freedom lineup, Gary, as Stein is fouled.
Our first foul of the ball game. Adam Wubbel, 6-foot junior, number 24, 4.8 a game, and you'll see the hack. It's on Keenan, his first, and the team's first. Stein is an 84% free throw shooter.
Surprisingly, Discola takes his seat.
69% is what Freedom shoots.
The big guy wasn't soft on those two. A little bit of a line drive.
Thanks to Carl Gilbert for his help in giving us Freedom stats, and of course to Jim Lindenmoyer for helping us out with Northampton numbers. Matt Beakey. Boy, Dickie comes off the bench and hits 4. Maybe he likes this coming off the bench stuff.
You got inside game with all 6 of the kid points.
I think they have found their strength, Dick. And it is their strength.
It is their strength, absolutely.
Their physical strength. Another turnover by Freedom. They have more turnovers than points.
4 turnovers for Freedom. 6 kid rebounds already.
Joe Stellato's reasoning when it came to rescheduling the Stroudsburg game was, if we're not going to make the Lehigh Valley Conference playoffs, and they are not, nice pass to Beakey inside, up and in, it came from Serfass. If we're not going to make the playoffs, Dick, then let's schedule a game during that week so we're not sitting around for 2 weeks if we do get into districts.
Just like a scrimmage. Smart move.
The thing about their schedule is, however, they have no gimmies. They have Becca, they have Liberty, as we said, Parkland, and Stroudsburg. And certainly no easy contest here tonight. And they're down 8-1 as Discolo is going to come back in.
Coach Olson closes with Nazareth, Gary.
Of course, he's got the big one Tuesday night against Liberty. And that should be for the wild card, if not better. Of course, depending on what Central does down the stretch. Central has Deerhoff tonight. We'll have that game for you Tuesday night. That probably will be the most important regular season game that we've had.
Boy, so much pending on that outcome.
So far, the Northampton man-to-man defense has been stifling. How about now? Villani. Nope, he can't get it to fall. Inside rebound. We're going to get a foul inside. A nice rebound that caused the foul by Fischel. And going to the line and shooting 2 will be Malcolm Woolridge. How about the JV game tonight? 62-59. Last second shot, a 3, drained out of the corner as the buzzer went off by Northampton to win it.
Northampton comes back with 6 baskets in about 3 baskets in about 12 seconds.
Yeah, they were down by 4.
And then Freedom comes back to tie on a driving 3-pointer.
1 out of 2. Woolridge, a 68% free throw shooter, but Freedom gets the basketball on the rebound. Slapped away from Stein, but right to Neely. Neely up about 14 feet away. The follow is up and in by Woolridge.
Malcolm Woolridge had a fine year in double figures so far. And looks like he's capable of continuing a good screen.
But not good defense. Zach Serfass was allowed to just take it all the way to the hole without a lot of disruption. Down, up, and in. Basket by Neely on a nice baseline drive. Check that, Woolridge with the basket, not Neely. 33, not 32. Behind the line, 4-3, back of iron. That will not go for Keenan. He does have 7 triples on the season. Way outside Stein, that will not go. And an easy rebound for Fischel. Way outside by Keenan, that won't go. And an easier rebound for Tyler Haynes. 6-foot junior for Northampton, and that shot does indeed go for Zach Serfass. "12-6 kids."
Not sure if Joe Stellato likes the pace, Gary. Pretty much up and down at this point.
Well, you know he doesn't like the scoring by his ball club. 2 field goals and 2 foul shots. This was an extremely physical first game when these 2 teams went at it. And Freedom had an opportunity to win it, did not. Well, we've seen a lot of bad 3-point shots.
And maybe playing one. Serfass really paces it slowly up court. Yeah, they're spreading.
Final 30 seconds of the first period. Saucon Valley Salisbury to follow tonight at 9:30 with Bob and Chris. Tomorrow, Lafayette basketball, 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. And District 11 3A Wrestling Championships tomorrow night, live at 7. That one by Tyler Haynes, no. And quickly down the floor and unable to get it to go is Discolo. And again, Northampton still has 5 seconds to work with. And that does not go. So it's a 12-6 first period in favor of Northampton. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey,
football fans, if you love dealing with a winning team, head to the leader, Kleckner's in Whitehall and Emmaus for the fabulous GE kickoff sale. Browse our huge selection of GE ranges, GE refrigerators, GE dishwashers, GE washers, and GE dryers. Now at Kleckner's, get great savings plus free delivery, free haul away of old, a full parts department and their own factory trained techs. Stop in today. See why Kleckner's has been serving the Lehigh Valley since 1945. 2 locations, Kleckner's, 2177 MacArthur Road in Whitehall and 575 Chestnut Street, Emmaus.
Remember when life was much simpler? It was easy to know who could be trusted to carpet your home.
Today, the choices are overwhelming. Make it simple. Make it Mohawk Color Center.
Celebrating 125 years of Mohawk commitment to floor covering quality, comfort, and style.
Mohawk Color Center, where the value of family and an appreciation for the simple beauty of home are woven into everything we do.
Mohawk Color Center. Simply the right way to go.
Visit R&J Carpet Connection, 922 North 3rd Street in Whitehall.
Since 1937, Walters Pharmacy has been making life easier for you. The name you trust most when you need your prescription filled. That's because getting your prescription right is our #1 priority. And only Walters Pharmacy delivers anywhere in Allentown for free. Our wide selection of health products and mobile equipment, as well as our convenient hours, make Walters Pharmacy the fast and convenient choice.
I went to Walters Pharmacy and they were able to supply all of my child's needed medications.
I call Walters Pharmacy for all my prescriptions and healthcare items and have them delivered to my door.
Walters Pharmacy in Allentown.
Well, you don't have to look any further than Freedom's shooting numbers. 2 for 14 in the first quarter, 14%. Northampton, 35%, as they were 6 for 17. And Northampton up by a dozen. Woolridge has 5 of the 6 Freedom points, and there's one that's dropped by Tyler Haynes.
An amazing 18 rebounds in the first quarter, Gary. 9 each. 4 turnovers for the Pates, 1 for the kids.
That's Wobalt, who's back into the game, down the paint, looking to go and unable to go. Dick, they're just too tall in there. They can't shoot over them.
I tell you, they frustrated Toscola a little bit in the first quarter. Obviously, he's much needed by the Patriots.
Turnover on the transition by Northampton. Driving, kicking it out, kicking it back out. Wide open is Toscola, and he drops that deuce. Need to get him on fire a little bit.
In a chat with Coach Stalata pregame, he just couldn't say enough about Toscola.
He's the only player in Freedom history with more than 900 points.
Look at that strip. 300
rebounds, 200 assists, and 200 steals. And we're going to get a foul here on Northampton.
And one more steal.
It's on Boyle. 3rd team foul, first foul on Boyle. Dick, the Pates have not committed a foul. Stein, and he almost, stuff on Boyle. I think he's okay. Boy, he really tripped over the bench there, and he's a little worried about a young lady, not her, but further down. There's a little girl here that he was a little worried about running over. Oh my.
That action personified what we said about him all year long.
Yeah, he's fearless. Stein, nice look. But again, the long arms of Northampton. They don't give you a lot of room inside. Look at that rebound by Fischel. It looks like you can jump with them, Dick. You just can't reach as far as they do. That one hits side of iron and does not drop. Knocked out of bounds. It'll be Freedom basketball. And Stein's going to take a rest as Doug Prince comes in. He's 6'6", a senior. Prince averaging 9/10 of a point. And Stein right now a little frustrated. Ed Olson, in talking to his ball club tonight, was very honest. He said there are times when we're as good as anybody. I mean, he has seen his ball club. He says, take for instance the Pleasant Valley game. He said we played a horrendous first quarter, and then we were terrific from that point on, but we had buried ourselves in the first period.
I talked to him particularly about Pleasant Valley, Gary, and we made the comparison how Liberty drained them rather easily, and then they struggle.
Neely couldn't get it. Turnover almost by Northampton, but off a Freedom hand. So it'll be Northampton ball, and it'll be put in play by Zach Serfass.
Make it an easy one here.
They may. Nope. Keenan couldn't get around Descola's hands, but sometimes it's worse to get it back to Zach as he nails the three. His 37th.
Northampton counters with pressure. Off to make.
Nobody has changed defenses. Wide open. You can't let that happen. Although Descola hits back of iron, and again, only this time. I was going to say, and again, Northampton comes up with it, but they don't. And Descola will pick up a second foul on Zach Fischel.
At least able to keep it alive that time. Yeah, that's the body.
Zach Fischel has 107 threes in his career. 107. That ranks him 4th all-time. If he gets one more, he'll tie Dwayne Filchner. And if he gets 4 more, he'll tie Phil Hall. Descola, an 80% free throw shooter. From the wing, and it's dropped by Tyler Haynes. He has 15 of them.
Finds the spot and executes.
That was the 93rd three by Northampton this year, compared to 57.
Lead is more than doubled once again.
By Freedom. Pull-up jump shot to Descola. That will not go. It rattles around. And here they come again. Serfass to Boyle. Boyle up and in transition.
In transition, well run. Tap to clear to the side. One bounce. Boom, away they go.
And another timeout. This is the 32nd timeout by Freedom. (22-9). And we're going to take a look at the inductees for 2006. What a great class as you see them milling around. Was proud to serve as the MC. That's Dennis Onkonts there. Mary Lisetsky with her back to you. There's Brian Schneider. Brian will be our halftime guest tonight. I have an opportunity to chat with him. There's Louis Wolf's son-in-law. Lou Wolf inducted into the Hall of Fame. Joe Garantzer's wife. And also Walt Zarinsky and Colonel Robert Novogratz. Boy, how impressive was that group, Dick?
Yes,
wow.
It was.
Holy cow.
Won almost all of them, played them all too, guys.
Most of them made it into the professional ranks. Freedom is just struggling with this man-to-man.
They're almost making too many passes, guys. You know, the shooting eye has been off, so they don't really want to take it.
Almost a walk, and we're going to get a grab. It's going down the lane. It was Woolridge, and he got grabbed on the play. It's going to be on Adam Beers, who's in there, a 6-foot junior. He wears number 20, averaging a half a point a game. Mickey Schneider also in there, 5'9" junior, number 23, 4/10 of a point per game.
Another thing we talked to Eddie Olson about was depth, you know, which he certainly has an advantage. And now he's starting, you know, put those kids in and make them run fresh and trying to wear Freedom down even more.
Woolridge 68% from the line. Freedom, Dick, shooting only 26% from three-point land, and that was such an important cog in their offense last year. They're just not making the shot.
Yeah, you know, especially with Malani coming back. But boy, he's had a great career thing. Another miss.
They're not making their foul shots either. They're 3 out of 8.
13th board for the kids.
There's a foul. That'll be on Stein. He tried to step out on Zach, and he just stepped right into him with his hand.
Yeah, you know, you're going to go one way, guys. Either switch or don't switch. but that got to be communicated.
Well, Stein on Serfass is a defensive nightmare.
It's a mismatch, you're right.
Beakey in, along with Schneider, who has the basketball, along with Boyle. Also in there is Adam Beers. And the other big guy is Lee Keenan. So Northampton giving some of their starters a rest. So that allows Stephon Boyle to step back and hit his 24th triple of the season.
Boyle sorely missed in the beginning of the year, and he's starting to, go up the points and scoring in the backcourt leadership also.
He's 8th all time in threes. That drive, no good. Wobble couldn't get it high enough on the glass. They are 1 for 7 shooting in the second period. After going 2 for 14, I think that sounds like the same percentage.
You're almost saying, you got to rush it now and play catch up, but that really hinders shot selection.
I don't think anybody expected this kind of beginning out of the pace. Desperately in need of one win. There's the quick move, Boyle. Step back, and they're in no hurry. Schneider, and a walking violation. So Mickey took a couple of slides.
Turnovers rather minimal, 4 on each side.
Discolo, Neely, Villani out there along with Stein and Wubble. Outside, no, another miss.
And another big board.
No, he didn't get it. It was stolen away by Discolo. He just went up between Lee Keenan's hands and knocked it away. Down inside, Discolo up and in, foul on the play. So Nick has all 5 second period points.
Well, you do not mind, Gary, his what we would call a force, but he's just all over, trying anything to do to play catch up. Inside, outside, whatever.
That's the second foul on Keenan. And Serfass is going to come back into the game. He'll replace Schneider. Ed Olson complaining about the foul being called on Lee Keenan. He wanted it called on Mickey Schneider.
Yeah.
And he is still upset. 3-point play by Discolo. He has 6.
And 30 mark of the second quarter. Now there they changed, no switch, they went to a double.
Stolen away by guess who? Discolo on the move. Woolridge. Back to Discolo. He needs a triple. He's got it. He's warming up. 18 threes for Nick.
The thing is, Gary, he doesn't just stand and shoot either. He's all over the place.
And they're taking one away from him. They're not going to make it a triple. Just a 2-point play. And back in the game comes Fischel. Keenan will leave. Coming back in will be Tyler Haynes. And Adam Beers will leave. And Fischel off the screen. How nice is that? His first field goal of the game.
Out of bounds plays, Gary, like tap plays. You got it down pat. Boy, that's an easy possession.
And that was an easy out of bounds score. 15 feet away. Stein, no, the soft shot wouldn't drop, fell off to the left side.
He's there in the softness, but he seemed to be rushing just a bit there.
And Northampton's going to have a nice lead going into the locker room with 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Remember, Brian Schneider interview coming up at halftime.
Middle open, clearing of that lane again, look for penetration.
The Bethlehem Sporting Goods halftime show coming up. We'll have stats and highlights. And we'll get a foul here on Discolo. That's his first. Just the second against Freedom.
Cleared out the middle. There he goes. There's the reach and the grab.
Here comes Keenan. Keenan wouldn't be in there, I don't think, except for the fact they have the basketball. He's got a couple of fouls on him. All right, 10 seconds to work with. And there's a foul on Clifford Harmon with the reach in. Harmon, a 6-foot junior. Dick, they've got 2 more to give.
Well, if they keep taking to the backcourt, might as well give them. Northampton elected to go full length that time.
It'll be put in play by official as you get a look at Joe Stellato. Boy, he's really pleased with his ball club. And desperately wants to get him in the district. There's another foul, as they're just taking fouls now to take time off the clock. They still have 2 to give.
I think Eddie Olson looked to go inside this time, Barry.
They're running out of time. He does. A fake down the paint and a slap reach around on Woolridge, his first. And now we're down to 1.6. So they have fouled time off the clock.
Let them throw inside with Keenan and the grab again.
And they still have 1 to give. They'll get it off, and it will not go, and the halftime will come to a close. Good first half for Northampton. They lead this one by 13, 27-14. When we come back, he's the catcher for the Washington Nationals, the youngest inductee in the Northampton Hall of Fame. Brian Schneider sat down with me. Stay with us.
Hey, football fans, if you love dealing with a winning team, head to the leader, Kleckner's in Whitehall and Emmaus for the fabulous GE kickoff sale. Browse our huge selection of GE ranges, GE refrigerators, GE dishwashers, GE washers, and GE dryers. Now at Kleckner's, get great savings plus free delivery, free haul away of old, a full parts department and their own factory-trained techs. Stop in today. See why Kleckner's has been serving the Lehigh Valley since 1945. 2 locations, Kleckner's, 2177 MacArthur Road in Whitehall and 575 Chestnut Street, Emmaus.
Let's go get Yakult. You know it's always been the best. Let's go get Yakult for quality that beats the rest. They got cheesesteaks, French fries. The famous Yakult hot dog is known worldwide. Let's go get Yakult. The secret sauce is one of a kind.
Yakult's, an Allentown tradition.
My halftime guest is Brian Schneider. We got him in town, so we certainly didn't want to let him go without having a chance to sit down and chat with him. And first of all, Brian, congratulations on being inducted into the Northampton High School Hall of Fame tonight.
Thank you. It's an honor after gymnasium after my grandfather, and he was named last year, so it's an honor to be in it.
Yeah, I think you are the youngest member of the Hall of Fame, so that certainly has to be an honor and a well-deserved one.
Thanks.
Let's talk a little bit about some baseball. Obviously, last year you moved to Washington after playing in Montreal, so that really had to be a good move for you.
It was. We had a great welcome from the fans. We averaged 35,000 a night, and it's something we weren't used to in Montreal. And the fans really took to us, and we took to them well. And we had a good first half, and we had some injuries, but the first half ended up real well for us.
You actually had a great first half. I mean, all those one-run games that you guys put together and won, and you were in the pennant race right down really until the last couple of weeks. You yourself, however, towards the end of the season got injured. How are you doing, and what was the injury?
Well, I had little shoulder problems, small little fraying or tearing of my labrum and rotator, but been rehabbing all off season, feels great, and look forward to being 100% in spring training and hopefully make the playoffs here in the second next year.
You're not a Northampton guy anymore. West Palm Beach, that has to be pretty nice.
No, I'll always be a Northampton guy. I'll always be a Northampton guy. But the weather's nice down there, and that's ideal for us. Been able to work out all off season, and when we need to go to the field, the fields are available, and you can't beat the weather down there.
How difficult is it to be a family guy and play Major League Baseball? I know you're recently married, and obviously the move to West Palm Beach, but you play your ball games in Washington and Baltimore area. How difficult is it to be a family man?
Well, I'm still trying to figure out how to exactly be at 100%. It's tough. Try to have your wife there as much as possible and your family, and all of her family is down in West Palm Beach too, so she does a good job weighing back and forth, but majority of the time she will be with me and giving me all the support I need.
You're one of those guys who moved directly from high school into professional baseball. How difficult was that move for you?
It was real tough. You know, you're just not used to catching 90 plus on a day in and day out basis, and not just catch it, but hit it too. And it took a long time. And I guess after about 2 or 3 years in the minor leagues, I really started to feel more comfortable. And that's when I really made my push towards the big leagues. And luckily I got there, and hopefully I'll stay there for a little while yet.
I've read so much about your relationship with Frank Robinson, your manager, a guy that's just kind of epitomizes what old school baseball is all about. Can you talk a little bit about the relationship you have with him? You know, Frank, he's real close with his catchers because, you know, we're like second manager to him, and he expects a lot out of you. And, you know, when you do well, you know, he'll tell you, and when you don't, you know, he really lets you have it. And if he doesn't get on you, you know, he doesn't care. You know, it's that guy, the people that pay attention to you and yell at you, and they really want to see you get better. And, you know, Frank's old school. As long as you show up on time, get to the field, play hard at the very last out, you won't have any problems with Frank Robinson. I have a sense in the major leagues that pitchers really rely on catchers, and in fact, many of them give catchers a lot of the credit when they do well. Do you get a sense that that position is as important as pitchers make it out to be, managers make it out to be? It is. I've learned, you know, as much as you want to do offense, you know, defense is a priority of a catcher, and our responsibility is to take care of those pitchers out there. And when they're not doing well, what's it going to take to get that guy to do well? And some guys you got to get on, and some guys you just have to relax and let be. So it's a psychology out there, and it's you got to really know your pitcher, and you got to really know your bullpen. I can't let you get out of here without talking about the World Games. You're going to represent the United States, I believe, in March. Can you talk a little bit about those games and why you decided to play in them? Yeah, I was called by Buck Martinez, called me and asked if I'd like to represent our country and be a catcher. And of course, I said yes in a heartbeat. And just to be able to represent our country is an honor. And we'll have to report out there March 2nd for the preliminary round. And if we advance, we go to Anaheim. From there, the finals will be in San Diego. So you got to get ready a little more quicker than I have in the past. So I'm really looking forward to it. Jeter, A-Rod, you've got some big names that are going to play. Yeah, I know. It's weird. I never thought any of those guys would be my teammates. And, you know, we got Roger Clemens, and there's going to be a lot of Hall of Famers on that team, too. So, you know, it's an honor not just to play for our country, but to be playing alongside those guys. Ryan, it's an honor for us to have you on the air. Certainly an honor for you to be inducted in the Hall of Fame tonight. Thanks so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. We will be back with our first half stats and first half highlights right after this timeout.
Winning takes more than the athlete, more than the coaches, more than the pain and sweat from grueling training.
It takes more to orchestrate the win.
It takes a dedicated team. Bethlehem Sporting Goods and Russell Athletic are that dedicated team. Suit up with Bethlehem Sporting Goods and Russell Athletic. Bethlehem Sporting Goods, your Russell Athletic team headquarters.
Serving the greater Lehigh Valley and suburban Philadelphia areas. This is RCN TV.
R&J Carpet, as always, brings us our halftime stats and highlights. We'll go to the stats first, and certainly it's not going to be a pretty picture, Dick, on the Freedom side.
Boy, you're thin to begin with, Gary, so everybody must give you points on the floor, and you can see out of the 6 who usually play, only 3 of them.
And you need more out of Stein inside. Oh. And Dick, you need to get Villani's name up there on the board.
Yeah, Villani must contribute, you know, for force Northampton to playing as close as they've been playing. They can't find him, simply a matter of getting the confidence to kick it in.
And the kids with 6 people who have participated in their scoring. Let's take a look at the team numbers, and they're not any prettier, Dick, for Freedom.
Haven't changed since that first quarter, Gary. Still struggling. The funny thing is that, you know, the turnovers are really down. It's just that they're shooting so fast. Probably, as you said, get away from that inside hands coming at you all the time.
Well, they're not on the boards with Northampton. Their foul shooting has been poor. Their field goal shooting has been poor. In fact, we're going to start our highlights, Dick, with lowlights. We're going to start with some turnovers.
Yeah,
here are the halftime highlights.
Right from the get-go. We had 4 turnovers before we did any other numbers up. There's a steal and a steal right back. Freedom with the ball going down. We'll see another turnover coming up here. I think that's a good drive inside by Woolridge. Discolo. He has come through. He had several in a row right here. Goes inside even off the bounce. Draws the three-point possible play. A little pass, just dribble behind. Discolo again. 3 straight scores. There's an inside stuff, and now you see Northampton action. Down at the other end, Serfass inside. Good low pivot play. Entry again. Why not? Top of key. Ball jarred loose. Transition in action. That was Serfass. Porter just popping a guy high, and he just hit it from the top of the key. Out of a scrum, why not Boyle? Lot more than inside-outside stuff.
The halftime highlights. Angela Palumbo put that package together. The Coca-Cola Top Star Express Trivia question of the week is up next. Northampton has had 5 1,000-point scorers. Number 2, Greg Vogel, Jim Fromhartz, and Dwayne Filchner. They're in the middle of the 5. The 2, the first person and the last person to do it, are in the gym tonight. Who are they? Who was the first person to get 1,000 points for Northampton and the last person to get 1,000 points? Dick, I'm going to put you in the Freedom locker room right now and let you be Joe Stellato. Your ball club did not play a good first half. How do you deal with it?
Well, I'd go in there and get whatever I have to say, whether it's good or bad, over quick. Get out here and shoot. I thought that they were really rushing their shots. Maybe they didn't have the proper time to warm up. I don't know. But their shots were really off, not even coming close. Discolo picked it up. But, boy, let's get some support.
Northampton will start their starting lineup. Serfass, Boyle, Keenan, Martin, and Fischel. And Freedom will counter with Discolo and Villani. With the basketball is Colin Neely, Andrew Stein, and Malcolm Woolridge. So both teams with their starting lineups.
Just as he said, Eddie Olson comes down to 1-3-1.
And immediately Northampton does not score. And immediately Stefan Boyle in transition does score. Boy, Dick, Northampton is a much improved team, particularly in transition. Stein for 2.
It's there. He just has not hit in that first half. Must score in double figures, Gary. He and Woolridge must score.
So they've exchanged buckets here to start the second half. Nice little head fake turnaround. Does not go for Fischel. Scolo kicks it out. Stein for 3. Does not go. Easy rebound for Serfass. Joe Stellato wants Stein to take that shot because he can hit it.
And it's there.
8 head fakes and a foul. This will be on Stein. It'll be his second.
Coach Stellato wanted to travel in this one. Kept the foot down.
Riccio pushing the buttons tonight. And speaking of pushing buttons, Rick and the gang did tape the Hall of Fame induction ceremony this evening prior to the basketball game. And we will show that to you between games on Tuesday night. Northampton gets their first 2 foul shots of the ball game. Keenan, a 72% free throw shooter. Northampton a good 71% as a team. He drops 1 out of 2. The follow no, battling, slapping, coming out of there to Scolo. And we're going to get a foul here on Boyle with the push.
Well, along all those big guys in there, Gary, who comes out with it with Discolo? Just plain hustle.
Dick, Freedom just can't find a hole. No. They can't.
That was a beautiful play coming across. A little shuffle.
Hard to believe 2 of those basketballs fit into a basket, because right now that one won't fit in for Freedom. George Krell getting a pretty good laugh with Discolo. George has been around a long, long time, and he's seen it all, so he had a good chuckle there. You got a foul here, I think, on Martin.
Good change of pace by Stein. Rather than go at the top of the key, goes mid, gets a lean in her.
Martin will go out, and Beakey will come in.
We learned one thing tonight. Sign is 6'6", Gary.
Yeah, he's right here by us.
Big.
And just a sophomore. One wonders how big he'll get. I asked Joe about coaching him, and he said he is extremely coachable. He said the only thing that he will work on, and he said it'll come with maturity. Nice drive by Discolo. Dickey said he's got to work a little bit on his emotions. He has sophomore emotions when things don't go right. But he said that's the way Nick Discola was as a sophomore. That shot doesn't go for Serfass, and a strong rebound by Colin Neely.
Very strong. Good block out all the way around for Freedom.
So you and Colin were mixing it up a little bit before the game.
Yeah, we were chatting. Michigan State, Spartans, East Lansing.
Dick tried to get him to change to Notre Dame. He wouldn't do it.
Get on the road, I said. Not quite as cold.
They had a pretty good recruiting class, ND, didn't they?
Yeah.
They're third in the nation. Way outside, Boyle. Nope, won't go. And another good rebound by Woolridge this time. Ooh, a little hesitation, but he lost it out of bounds. It'll be Freedom basketball. Freedom down by a dozen.
Old stutter step there. Whoop, there we go.
Trying to split the D. Boyle's been on Discolo all night. That's not fun. Pull-up jump shot. And again it won't drop. That one did everything but fall for Colin Neely. Joe Salata turns to his coaching staff and says, how are we going to win if we can't get the ball to drop down to the bottom? I just have a feeling, Dick, they're going to make a run here before we get out of here tonight. Because Northampton right now has gone a little cold.
Ooh,
and here we'll get a foul on Boyle. That's his third, according to my book.
Also the third of the second half. Obvious foul.
And that hurts the kids because Boyle has to come out of the game. Coming into the game will be Tyler Haynes. They want Boyle to stay on the floor. It's a two-shot foul. They don't bring the replacement in until the second shot. Woolridge 1 for 4 from the line. And the line hasn't been Freedom's friend either.
Nope.
Now Tyler Haynes gets into the ball game. It's not a 10-point game. It's still an 11-point game. Nice pass inside, easy for Fischel as he got the look from Lee Keenan. Not good D that time by Freedom.
Fischel's very agile for a big body. Plus he sat out of here.
What a key he has been. Did not play last year. Concentrated on golf. And he has been their missing piece, and that's not a good sign as Colin Neely got shaken up. Fouls on Beakey.
Go to the foul line. Save the clock. Whittle it down.
Collins a 64% free throw shooter.
Too quick.
Collins shaken up. Northampton's going to call timeout here. And it should give us a chance to go back to the trivia question, because we have a trivia answer. Northampton has had 5 1,000-point scorers. The first to do it and the last to do it are in the gym tonight. Well, you probably know who the last one is because he's out on the floor. You might not know that Dennis Onkans, the outstanding football player at Penn State and the New York Jets, was the first to do it. Dennis Onkans, Zach Serfass, as we look at Paul the trainer. He's not busy tonight, and that's a good thing. Anytime a trainer gets to sit and relax, it's a good thing.
In the league on Tuesday night, one of the better performances by Freedom as they downed Nazareth handily, 74-39. Of course, they're tough ones to stay in this thing are coming up.
Northern Lehigh Caddy Tuesday at 9:30. Liberty and Freedom on Tuesday night at 7:30. In between, the Northampton induction of their Hall of Fame class for 2006. Northampton runs a nice, tight offense.
Yeah, they're running that split, Gary, and then they flash guys. The high man who's the screener goes down low.
Tried to kick it inside, did Keenan. Looking for Fischel. In for Freedom is Adam Wubble. And sitting down is Richie Villani. He just has not been able to get off the mark tonight. I don't remember him even taking a shot.
Yeah, I do. He was real long over here. I thought he rushed one.
Lee Olsen yells play number 3. A lot of interior screening. Pick and a step back. Instead of the pick and roll, you pick and step back. Fischel couldn't get it to go. And coming out of the pack with it was Woolridge. Oh, that's a walk.
That is only the 7th Freedom turnover, Gary. Northampton's not committed one, so they're still at 6.
For them tonight, it's all about shooting.
Yep.
They're 1 for 6 in this period.
And he calls for the spread.
And make it 2 for 7 as I look over my numbers. And we get a foul. It'll be on Freedom. It's going to be on Wubble. There you see the reach from behind on the drive by Haynes.
Switch.
Northampton has taken the Freedom crowd out of this game.
Absolutely, yeah. That's minimal.
It is a quiet gymnasium. A lot noisier for the Hall of Fame induction. Ooh, that's a terrible foul.
I read that one.
Neely looking like the end he is. That may have rolled off Collins' foot.
First kid turnover of the second half, 7 for the game.
Stein uses his body, but good defense by Beakey. This has been an offensive nightmare for the Pates.
Playing with one guard now, too, Gary.
Dick, this has been a 6-5 quarter. There are so many Dick Tracy jokes waiting to be told in this period. That's just a block out of bounds. Eventually. Off the screen. Not good. Nice save by Serfass. And we'll start all over again. Almost generated a bucket. Will generate a foul. And it's going to be on Stein, and that's his 3rd.
Stein plays a lot of that zone in the middle and just picks up loose guys. He stays put and doesn't raise his hand. He might have an offensive foul.
That's another sophomore defensive move. Zach Serfass does not get the foul shot. He's an 84% free throw shooter. Is Scolo the only player in double figures tonight? He's got 10. It has been a struggle for anybody to score.
Number 15, Cliff Harmon checks into the Patriot lineup. He's in for Stein.
1 out of 2. Point number 8 for Zach. Piscolo now has 924 points.
27, 26.
26. He's looking to become only the second 1,000-point scorer in Freedom history. But he's got a little work to do. 10-second violation against Northampton. They never got it across midcourt. Zach is saying, I was across midcourt. And then the ball got hit back. So how can you call a 10-second violation?
More than one kid discussing it right now. Hard screen. Had the switch. They missed the switch.
Wow. This has been ugly. And Northampton's not really helping their cause. No. They could have put this one away. They're only up by 11. And Northampton will probably play for a final shot. Why not? They're up by 11.
When those big guys spread there, you are right. They are big targets in there.
Long arms. Right now it's Haynes and Keenan and Fisher. $30 seconds. They have thrown some bad passes. On the move, Harmon, Clifford Harmon up and in. He doesn't usually score. He's in there to play a little last possession defense.
A little bit of anticipation, a little bit of overplaying.
It's under 10, Dick. Oh, another bad pass. Woolridge almost stole it.
Coast to coast action here.
And the kid cheerleader almost caught it.
Just can't get it to fall.
That's how happy I used to be when someone passed to me. Way outside, off balance, it does not go for Tyler Haynes. The third period's in the book. It wasn't pretty. 33, Northampton, 24 for Freedom. Stay with us.
Hey, football fans, if you love dealing with a winning team, head to the leader, Kleckner's in Whitehall and Emmaus for the fabulous GE kickoff sale. Browse our huge selection of GE ranges, GE refrigerators, GE dishwashers, GE washers, and GE dryers. Now at Kleckner's, get great savings plus free delivery, free haul away of old, a full parts department, and their own factory trained techs. Stop in today. See why Kleckner's has been serving the Lehigh Valley since 1945. 2 locations, Kleckner's, 2177 MacArthur Road in Whitehall and 575 Chestnut Street, Emmaus.
He doesn't report to a management committee. He doesn't report to a marketing department. He reports to Mary Johnson's arthritis, to Sally Wickstrom's upset stomach, and to Greg Porter's poison oak. He's your family prescription center pharmacist. He lives and works right here in town, so that means he reports to you. Call Family Prescription Center today at 866-0709.
Taking the time to care, Family Prescription Center.
Serving the greater Lehigh Valley and suburban Philadelphia areas. This is RCN TV.
We are back. Another steal on the move. We got a reach in foul. I think it'll be on Wobble. Northampton now shooting 41%. Freedom shooting 26%. Here's the defense.
That's the easiest steal ever recorded, Gary. Pass directly to him.
Wobble second. Dick, you know you're not having a very good period when Serfass scores 1 and Boyle scores 2.
Yeah, Freedom did not play well in the third, Gary. They hustled like heck, but they eroded 5 points off that lead.
And Northampton played worse. Up and in, back cut Fischel. Northampton only scored 6 points in the third period. Official now with 6. Freedom scored a 10 in that period at least, which was their best period of the night. They scored 6 in the first and 8 in the second. Another steal, 3-on-1. And Harmon can't get it to fall. And a foul on Freedom.
See it here. Boy, could have given him a nice chest pass. Filled lanes nicely. Boy, Keenan is all over the place tonight. He's assisting, boarding, going inside, hitting outside.
Foul called on Woolrich, his second. Piscolo hounding Serfass. Official back outside. Serfass shot. He'll hit a triple. That's his second of the night. And the fourth by the kids. And he has 11 points.
Northampton playing a lot more cautiously, Gary. And eating up clock in the process. Cut through for Discolo. Posts himself. Another steal.
This time by Boyle. Eddie Olson is assisted by Rich Fox, Tony Beers, Robert Tungen, and Tom Finn. Freedom assistants Mike Kashner Jr., Jason Veda, and Louis Ortiz.
So you chat a little bit with ex-head coach here for the kids, Joey Kowalczyk.
Louis Ortiz is the only 1,000-point scorer in Freedom history. Another turnover. Now we'll get a foul here. Haynes thought he had all ball, so the call won't be on him. It's going to be on Boyle, his fourth.
Boy, he doesn't shy away here. Go right smack into 2 defenders. Had to be contact.
Freedom has not been able to make any kind of a run tonight. I can't remember a time when they've come down and scored consecutive baskets. Stein back in. Boyle's coming out with 4 fouls. He gets replaced by Justin Krantz, 5'11" junior, who averages 2.4 points a game.
We looked up there, they had it down to 9 at the end of the third quarter there, and just like that, back up to 14, now cut to 12.
Nice pass, Serfass in transition to Zach Fischel, stepped in, caught the ball, laid it up and in.
Not an easy pass to throw because he was going 104 miles an hour.
Yeah, but he recognized the hairdo.
Oh, yeah, that's it. He picked it out.
The hairdo brothers. Up and in by Discolo. And he's starting to pick them up. He's got 16. But Freedom needs some stops. They were looking to come out and double team. That's not a good spot to go. Somehow Northampton ended up with a basketball. Oh, look at that, up and in by Justin Krantz. He's just minding his own business.
Didn't expect it, obviously.
He's just hanging out. Almost stolen away, down the paint, up and foul's called on Lee Keenan, his third. Oh, we got a technical foul. Wow, George Krell's called a technical foul on somebody.
Somebody speaking out of sorts.
Technical's going to be on Zach Serfass, I believe. Zach Serfass is called for a tee. He said something George didn't like.
So what do we have? We have a 2-shot foul.
2-shot foul and a technical.
Whoa. That helps. And the clock's not moving.
And we got a timeout called by Northampton. And boy, the last thing in the world, Ed Olson wants thickness for his team to get a little psychologically out of control. Here's the foul. Now, see if we can see if Zach says something. He reached around.
Yeah, slap from behind.
That wasn't a foul called on him. Oh, there. Well, George heard something he didn't like. Boom.
It's funny, he was already by him.
I've walked by you a couple of times and had that look on my face.
Yeah, but I didn't give it a T, though.
All right, we'll unsort it. First of all, Woolridge is going to get 2 shots. They could get this back to 10.
I'll tell you, if they don't get out on the floor quickly, he'll hit him with another one.
And Dick, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they'll go to the possession arrow after the technical.
They will, you're right, yeah.
One's down. He's got 2.
Now Discolo steps up for his turn at the charity line.
See, there you wonder why you take that guy off the line.
After swishing, too.
Yeah, he makes 2 swishes. Because here's your 80%er, and
Whoops.
he does not get it to go. Well, they don't get it to 10, they get it to 11.
And they get the ball.
And they do get possession of the ball. So this had the potential of being a 7 or 6-point play. On a night when you can't buy points. Like right there, rattle it around again. Nice job. Hustle by Neely, way outside. That could have been huge, and it would not fall for Villani.
Villani back in there just for that purpose.
That could have gotten the lead to 8. Oh, look at that. Wide open was Keenan, and he never got it over the rim. Fischel inside, no call. So Northampton comes up empty on 2 rather easy shots. From the wing, Wubble, bottom of the hole for 3. So they got the 3 anyway. That's their first of the game. Wubble 16th. And lo and behold, it's an 8-point game.
Another strip.
It's going to be a 6-point game, and maybe less.
With the body.
Oh my, Lee Keenan picks up his 4th foul.
Freedom's called for the intentional foul. I wouldn't know why, Gary. He just protected that ball nicely with the left. You saw it there. And got a big portion of the body.
Discolo now with 20 points. 20 of the 36 belong to this guy. It's a 5-point game.
Discolo picks up full court. Always on the ball. Others go back and play man.
It's been a 13-9 period in favor of Freedom. Serfass kicks it out, way outside. Does not go. Shot by Tyler Haynes. And you're going to start hearing the Freedom fans if they get one here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're going the other way. Foul inside. And now George is a little upset with Joe Stellato. Woolridge picks up his 3rd. Oh, it looks good kill. That was way off the ball. Oh my. Ooh. They're going to call an intentional foul here. I thought, Dick, that Neely just kind of slipped here. There's no way he wants to do that on purpose. Wow, this is a huge call.
That was one tough call.
This is a 2-shot foul. And Northampton's going to get the basketball. in that kind of a night. Here's your best foul shooter, and he can't get it to fall, and Joe Stellato is now questioning George Corral. Joe is really upset, and George is never too shy about slapping the tee on. I really thought Colin Neely just slipped. I thought he just slipped here, Dick. We're going to get another look at it.
I thought he fell into him.
All right, here's the... This is the other end. There was the screen.
Illegal screen movement inside.
And that was the first call. And now let's go to the other one. I think he just comes flying out of here and slips. Why else would he do that?
Well, he has one more now, Gary. And then the ball.
It was a nice Michigan State play. Boy, just when Freedom had gotten themselves in a great position.
Yeah, offensive foul down here while they had position, and down there with the intentional.
So Zach missed the first. He does get the second. Now what? Now he'll get, that was the 1-and-1, I guess.
That was the drive. Oh boy.
Now we got some confusion here. That was the 7th team foul, Dick, so he should have been shooting at least a 1-and-1, and now the technical.
Intentional was 2.
Oh, you're correct. The intentional was 2.
And that should be it.
What about the 1-and-1 situation?
No, he got 2 instead.
Ah, you're right.
The intentional.
Okay. So that's right. That's not a technical. Now Eddie Olson wants an explanation.
I think Stellato wants an explanation. Oh, now they're going underneath.
Yep. So you're right. Instead of the 1-and-1, the intentional foul got him 2 shots.
Supersedes.
And there was no technical there. Out of bounds. It'll be Northampton ball. Northampton up by 6, 2:56 to go. This has been weird tonight.
Look at Fisher when he puts those arms up.
Look at Discolo when he bothers you.
That has been a major part of the Freedom basketball season too. They're losing close late.
Yes, you're right. There have been a number of games that they could have won and didn't. Of course, to Joe's credit, he also said to me there's a few we stole. Nice move. He worked for it. Did Lee Keenan. Only his 2nd field goal. He has 5 points, and the lead is back up to 8. Boy, just like the technical really helped Freedom, the intentional really hurt Freedom. Nice drive. No finish. Good rebound. Keenan. There goes Fischel. A nice pass, I believe. That pass came from Tyler Haynes. And there's a triple by Discolo. So necessary. His first. And we're going to go back to the Leopard straighter. And that pass from Lee Keenan. All right, we're going to, as soon as he gives it up, stop it right here. All right, now you see this space right there. Well, we see it, and so does Zach Fischel. And so does Lee Keenan, to his credit. Dick, they're big, long arms, they see the floor.
And they're all a potential assist man. I mean, you have Fischel assisting, you have Keenan assisting, Keenan handling the ball at midcourt. Very agile.
I think Freedom has one more timeout left. And they're down by 7. They need one more win to qualify for districts. Liberty tonight playing at Easton. That's a big ball game for both those teams. Easton now back in the mix for the Blue Division title.
That's right, Parkland. And then Parkland has that makeup tomorrow.
Tomorrow night. Against Freedom.
Against Freedom.
Freedom doesn't have a gimme. They need one win. Parkland, Becca, Liberty, Stroudsburg. There's a foul. Discola. And we're at 1-1. Not quite sure Freedom won at that.
Ain't no collision. This goes over the top.
Those guys would put on trunks and head to the playground after this game. Play some more.
With armor.
Yeah. Serfass at the line. Has a dozen tonight. So he's up to 12:44. Three for 5 from the foul line. One of only 2 Northampton players to get there. Keenan the other. Right on target. The lead back to 8. Boyle in playing with 4 fouls. Keenan's in playing with 4 fouls. Minute 45.
Now they're taking Milani Gary and start him in the middle and popping him up top.
Nice follow. Good job that time by Woolridge on the nice drive by Discola. He couldn't finish. Northampton's in no hurry now. Up and in, nice pass. Tyler Haynes with a bucket. Nine-point lead. Might be 6. It is not. There's another follow. Wubble. And timeout by Freedom. Riccio pushing the button, says, let's get out of here. We'll be back.
Mark Mulchaney means more. More service. One-stop shopping to make your buying and selling experience stress-free. More advertising. Your home will be advertised 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. More buyers. From the Century 21 Relocation Network. Mark Mulchaney means more money in your pocket. Mark Mulchaney of Century 21 Pinnacle. 610-791-2121.
We are back looking at the leopard straighter. As you see Zach Serfass, he'll go to the center of the floor where you can see a lot of it, and then watch his vision here. As he'll just see a back cut right there, fire it inside, and up and in by Tyler Haynes. Boy, he's got great vision too.
Well, one more star behind that, Gary. He noticed the mismatch. He had Neely on him, so he figured he could penetrate off him, help defense, got an easy layup out of it.
You got to look at Brian Schneider. I said Palm Beach is your home. He said Northampton will always be my home. There's a foul. It's going to be on Villani. As Tyler Haynes will go to the line. Nope, they're going to call it on Neely. His second. That's the 9th, so still in the 1-on-1 situation. Tyler Haynes, 58% from the free throw line. And Freedom's running out of time.
They certainly are. And again, Gary, has to be a big point. Never had that bench.
Well, that's what they want. They want to miss. What Ed Olson doesn't want is the foul call, because that's the 9th. And now we go the other end for a 1-and-1. Tyler Haynes with the foul. Wubbled on the line. Dick 33% from the foul line. And they need him. Goes to a lot of pointing out who he wants fouled. And they don't get any. There's the foul. Discolo picks up his 3rd. And now, Dick, everyone's a 2-shot foul.
Northampton, a big 26-15 edge on the board. Boy, sitting down this close, you can see why.
Saucon Valley leading the Southern Division in the Colonial League, taking on Salisbury. We'll have that for you at 9:30. Bob and Chris will be there for that one. Haynes has now missed his 2 foul shots. We don't know our game yet next Friday night. We're just going to see how things unfold. We could end up at Freedom. If they still need that victory, they'll take on Liberty. Who knows about Parkland and Easton? We may have to cover that one to see who's going to be their Blue Division champion. 2-shot foul here for Discola.
Really surprised they're fouling you, Gary. Dropping that clock.
It's on Haynes again. Discola shooting 2. Can only get his team to within 6. Nick's had another productive ball game. This would be his 25th point. He didn't get a lot of help tonight, Dick, offensively.
He didn't. I'm looking at the backcourt, and I think you have the scoring right there. All of his.
Woolrich with 10.
Yeah, but I mean in the backcourt.
Yeah. Here's a foul. And Nick now picks up his 4th foul. 21 seconds to go. Let me run down the scoring for you while we have the opportunity. Stein with 3. Discolo now with 25. 2 for Harmon. Wubble with 5. Neely with just 1. And Woolrich with 9. And the first one for Zach does not drop. For Northampton, Boyle with 7. 2 for Krantz. 5 for Keenan. 8 for Haynes. 10 for Fischel. And 6 for Beakey. That shot drops. Zach with 15.
While we have a second of the timeout by Northampton. Turnovers for the game. Freedom ended up with 12. Northampton ended up with 13. 18 boards for the Patriot. 31 boards for Northampton.
(53-46). Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, Lafayette Holy Cross men. Holy Cross loaded with talented basketball players. And then the Lafayette Holy Cross women, and Holy Cross women will seem to win the Patriot League every year. So 2 good teams coming to Easton tomorrow to take on the Leopards. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock live, 7 o'clock live from Liberty. The District 11 Class 3A and 2A Wrestling Championship. That's the team championship. Scott Barr will be there with Jim Best.
Freedom able to narrow this thing, Gary. Twice got it under 10 points. Presently at 7. But time ticks away.
That intentional foul seemed to take all the momentum away just as they were making their move. That one out of the corner by Villani, no. And that should just about do it. I think they're going to call everybody off. Let the clock run down, and Dick, Northampton's going to win their 16th game of the year.
They certainly will. They're also going to win 6 out of their last 7. Pleasant Valley outside the league, one of those games you'd like to forget. Probably got to see a lot of things he wanted to see, though. Northampton in the position, Gary. Now it is a little bit more pressure on those teams remaining because this team is on a roll.
There's our player of the game. He sort of directs everything for Northampton. Ariako's player of the game. Tonight it belongs to Zach Serfass as he scores 15 points, distributes the ball for a whole bunch of other people to score. And he always seems to get the job done for the kids. Zach Fischel, good ball game tonight too, as he scored 10 points, but Serfass, the other Zach, is our Yako's player of the game. For Freedom, They now go to 11-9, and they still can't get that win number 12. That will get them into districts. 46 points on 15 field goals, but they were 15 for 49 tonight shooting. 14 for 23 from the foul line. Those aren't good numbers either. They were led by Nick DiScolo with 25 points, the only Pate in double figures. They go to 6-9 in the red division. That division already locked up by the Allen Canaries. For Northampton, 53 points on 21 field goals. They had 4 triples this evening. They were 7 for 13 from the foul line. And as we said, Serfass 15 and Fischel with 10. Northampton now 12-4 in the white division. They can be no worse than 1 game behind Central tonight. If Central indeed wins their game against Dira, they can be no worse than tied for the wild card berth with Liberty, should Liberty win tonight at Easton. Remember, Liberty Northampton will play each other on Tuesday night. Will be at the Liberty Memorial Gymnasium to bring you that ball game. There you have it. Hall of Fame night here at Northampton. Final score, the Kids 53 and the Patriots 46. For Dick Tracy, Rick Kehoe, the RCN4 Sports Team, I'm Gary Laubach. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.